You choked Indy. You had a chance to give the Chiefs a losing record, and you just played like butt in the second half of that game. I'm so mad at Indy.
Yeah, let's pull up that game.
Sorry, I forgot. I thought I've been showing the Patriots Bengals stats, but I haven't.
It's okay, buddy.
God. Disappointment Island. Look, I watched this. So I watched Red Zone all day yesterday. I didn't have the Broncos game, but next to Red Zone, I watched this game in its entirety pretty much, and I watched almost all of the Browns Raiders game. Indy, great first half of football. Went into halftime up 14-9. Shouldn't have let one of those drives go with the field goal. The Chiefs asked Daniel Jones and the Colts to beat them through the air because Kansas City shut down Jonathan Taylor. He was like a non-factor in this game. So credit the Chiefs defense for just taking away the Colts' strength on offense. That was always like the Belichick game plan, right? Just take away the thing they do really well and force them to try and beat you another way.
Mm-hmm.
Indy couldn't do it. They had success in that first half. 2 touchdowns. Second half, just 2 field goals. There were so many 3-and-outs late in this game for the Colts. It was pathetic. And the Colts actually, yes, Kansas City, the Colts had more favorable calls from the officials in this game. More favorable calls. And they couldn't get it done. They caught so many breaks, like Kareem Hunt fumbles in the red zone. And Indy does nothing. So, solid defensive game. It looked to me as like one of Kansas City's best defensive performances of the season. And what Kansas City did, they ran
the ball.
30 carries for Hunt. So,
oh my God, it's about freaking time, man. I mean, that's what they've been missing that all season, dude. Right? It was like they've had no complimentary run game at all. There's been plenty of games where Patrick Mahomes is their leading rusher, but actually committing to the run. Look at that.
Well, and it's odd because yes, they did commit to the run, but they still threw the ball 46 times.
Correct.
So they have done this a lot this season. They have these long sustained drives. They run a lot of plays. And when your opponent's going 3-and-outs, it just allows you to control the game. And it was really just Indy not capitalizing on their opportunities. And then late in this game, Charvarius Ward just really couldn't hang with Rashee Rice or Xavier Worthy. Their big plays late, I believe Ward was in coverage there. But yeah, I mean, look, they dominated the time of possession. They still had to go to overtime to get the win.
And the thing you're worried about Kansas City is getting their pass protection, right? Because Mahomes got sacked how many times?
I think it was 3.
They're saying 4. Okay.
4 sacks. Okay. That was one off.
That hasn't been better, but dude, I mean, look at the penalties, right? So 11 penalties for the Colts, shooting themselves in the foot. But I think that's the crazy one because you look at time possession, but even just the total plays, 91 total plays to 50. Yeah. They had the ball a lot, Kansas City. And yeah, you got to shout out Spags, man. He called a nice fourth quarter.
Honestly, Shane Steichen needs to coach with some more balls, some more testicles. There are 2 points in this game. It was 4th and short. I think one was a 4th and 2, one was a 4th and 3. You're in that weird spot of the field where it's like, do we go for it? Do we punt and net 25, 30 yards? The first time they do this thing where they try and get them to jump off sides, doesn't work. Later in the game, I thought they should have gone for it. And they just defaulted, tried to get Chiefs to jump, don't take the penalty and punt. It was kind of a cowardly move at that time because the Colts defense was keeping them in the game. And I think at some point you just got to go for the win or go for like a play to give your offense some momentum. And it was just like they didn't have it in them. And I get why. Like it's you're holding on to a small lead. You're just trying not to do something stupid against the Chiefs to give their offense an easy scoring drive. But in terms of testicles, none.
Well, it's also like playing to, not lose, right? Instead of playing to win. Yeah. I mean, like that's what. So like there were some Packers fans looking at the play calling late in that game, and they were kind of like, "What are we doing? We're just running the ball." Oh God, they ran on 3rd and 1. I had the shotgun again, Brandon. I wanted to grab a shotgun. It was horrific. And guess what? They didn't get it. They didn't get the first down. But when you're up by a sizable lead and your defense is playing well, cool. You understand it, right? You're like, okay. But in this case, in Arrowhead, and the lead is not that significant, yeah, it's unfortunate for the Colts, man. And what's more unfortunate is that their division is not getting worse, right? We were talking about them running away with the AFC South. The Jaguars, they're winning football games. The Texans, still worried about their offense, but they're winning football games, and they're still the Colts are going to have to go up against the Texans twice, if I'm not mistaken, right? Because they haven't played them yet this season, and going up against that defense is going to suck. And if you have Jonathan Taylor get stopped, Jaguars, Cardinals. Woo! I said in predictions that this was probably going to be a close game. It was. Went into overtime. Jacoby Brissett got sacked 6 times in this game. It wasn't pretty. Trevor Lawrence, have you learned anything about Trevor Lawrence? He threw 3 touchdowns. A, he threw 3 interceptions. 3 for 11 on third down. And just the Jaguars are so confusing, man. And the Cardinals are not like a pushover team. They're not a great team, but they're not a pushover team. So that's why I thought this was going to be competitive. But they just blew out the Chargers, the Jaguars. And now they're getting into a battle with the Cardinals. They're just so confusing, man.
No, they're not confusing.
I just don't know who they are.
Trevor Lawrence is just the blonde Jameis Winston, Tom. You heard it here first. The flowing, locked, blonde Jameis Winston is Trevor Lawrence. I wrote it. I was writing about it this morning, and Johnny and I were laughing because yesterday I was like, Trevor Lawrence is bad. He's just a bad quarterback. And literally, as I was writing that, he throws a beautiful touchdown to Parker Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Every game, Trevor Lawrence is going to give you some really impressive things, and he's going to give you some head scratching. What are you doing? What are you doing? But yeah,
Travis Etienne had a nice game.
Yes, the running backs are making a difference for him.
I feel like that's your somewhat good news if you're the Colts, because I don't know what version of the Jaguars the Colts are going to get in those 2 matchups. They are beatable. It just depends on which version of them shows up from week to week. Yeah, I don't know, man. Parker Washington's been having a nice few weeks though. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, he had another touchdown grab, and then that special teams play where we were all re-educated on the rule where there's nothing bad can happen to the receiving team if the punting team touches the ball first.
And the Cardinals, man, I feel like you are just kind of scratching your head. You had some weird coaching decisions. I think the chat was talking about like letting the time run out. It was just, they could have clocked it. They could have given themselves a couple chances, to try and score a touchdown. But on the flip side, I don't mind them running a play there because I think the thought is you kind of got the defense reeling, and Jacoby did take a shot to the end zone. They didn't connect, but yeah, there's what was the other fuck? I was just watching this morning. I was like, this game was actually pretty entertaining, start to finish. No, it was a good game because you have like the Cardinals are a fun team to watch unless you're a Cardinals fan. Like that's just that. Giovanni, I can't say the Chiefs are back, but it's a big win. It's a big win. I don't know if they're back. Let's see them play against the Cow. That's gonna be that's shaping up to be a really good Thanksgiving game. I think like a few weeks ago, we all wrote off that game of like, oh, Cowboys, Chiefs, neither gonna make the postseason. Both trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. So